Good morning, boys. We are kicking this video off in Barstow, California because the California 300 race is this weekend. If you guys don't follow off-road racing, there's a race series called Unlimited Racing, which this year had 3 different races where you accumulate points for each and have an overall score at the end of it. Now, if you guys don't know the other media life I live, I film for Zach Ducky Racing, and he's been racing the series all year. He's currently standing in second place, only 5 points behind first place, and this is now the last race of this series for this year, which means, needless to say, it's gonna be a nail biter, because we are gonna be literally battling for first place overall for the year. So what we are doing today for the race is we gotta go out and do some pre-running so they can map out the course, mark all their hazards, mark all the sketchy spots, and get ready for the race. But guess what vehicle we're taking out pre-running today, boys? We're taking Vivian. So Zach, the race driver, Flipper, the co-driver, and myself will be hopping in Vivian. Yes, she is a 3-seater, totally badass. And we're gonna go out and do a full pre-run lap on the course. I'm gonna rig the truck up with GoPros, and we're just gonna get out there, take a nice slow cruise through, start marking everything out. While all of that's going on, Eric, who owns Vivian, is gonna be taking Zach's race truck, the Ranger, which is out behind the trailer. He's gonna be taking that out with, I believe, Shock Talk, somewhere out into the desert, and they're gonna do some shock tuning. All of us are gonna meet here back at camp, then Zach and Flipper are gonna hop into the actual race truck, go back out to the course, and do another pre-run now that they've got a feel for it. Anyways, here we have the Race Ranger, tried, true, and tested. The Camberg kids used to race this before Zach and Eric bought it from them, so like I said, it's gonna be a very interesting race. All right, Zach just climbed out of bed and wanted to get a quick little rip in before we go out. Straight out of bed, dude. This is his coffee.
Yeah, he just wakes up, right? Nothing, no shower, no teeth. Go.
Good morning.
Morning.
You just didn't even say hi. Just jumped straight in the truck.
Okay. Zero bounce up. It's just like, dude, the first time we went out, it was like too slow.
Yeah.
So now I'm just meeting in the middle somewhere.
Okay.
Because that tube was wide open.
Okay.
And then I just went all the way in and then out 6, and that was too much.
Okay.
So I'm opening it back up slowly and finding somewhere in the middle now.
Okay.
Hell yeah, dude. I want to show you guys the new spare tire straps that finally came in. We are back with a new batch of custom limited edition Desert Dime spare tire straps from Alpine Off-Road. The designs we have this time around are the TRD Heritage stripes right here for all the Toyota boys. And if TRD stripes aren't your thing, we have my personal favorite, the Desert Digital Camo right here. This is so badass. Now what's different this time around is I did not only just order Y straps, I also got single straps for the boys that are running standing spares. So if you guys need a high quality spare tire strap for your truck, you guys know I already got you covered. And I have to say one more time, these are limited edition. Once these sell out, I am not bringing these designs back. I will be moving on to 2 new designs. So go ahead over to shopdesertdime.com and grab them while they are still here. Also on the website, we have the 2 t-shirts. Right here, we have the Desert Dime t-shirt where we got Desert Dime written with the cactuses in the desert. And on the back, we have the actual Desert Dime. And over here, we have the OG logo t-shirt right here. Ooh, bam. There we go. So I urge you guys to head over to shopdesertdime.com, check out the merchandise, check out the spare tire straps. That being said, let's get into the video.
So I bumped it up 200 to keep it from bottoming out. That was the idea, but then I had to throw way more rebound in it to, you know, counteract that. But I left all the tubes. Like, the way you brought me the truck with the tube adjustments is the way you got it back.
Okay.
And so I hadn't even put that rebound into effect.
Yeah.
I knew it would be in there somewhere. It popped on you guys before, like when you took it to the ranch. And then this morning, the front end was like falling down. And then I just slowly backed out the rebound until I found a medium.
The happy.
You could do either way.
Is it
super bouncy or way too, you know, slow?
Did you tune the rear for full or half?
Full tank.
Full tank?
or half. That was the idea with the triple rate.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is literally the idea, is to keep more consistent ride heights in the rear.
Okay.
Because once it starts to rise, when the fuel gets lower, it's gonna let go of the middle spring, and then instead of being divided by 2, it'll divide the spring rate by 3, and it won't keep lifting up.
Okay, cool.
That's the idea.
Because that was my thing, is I've always tuned on dual rate, so we've always done all of our tuning at half tank.
All right, well, the shock tuning in Zach's truck went a lot faster and a lot smoother than they had anticipated, so we just did a quick little rip right now, got it all dialed in, so Eric doesn't need to do that today while we're out pre-running, so they might end up taking both trucks out pre-running. Alrighty, we're heading out for the pre-run. We got Zach and me in his race truck, Flipper and Eric and Vivian, and we got a third truck rolling with us just so we have a seat for everybody. It's gonna be a fun time. Now this is a PSA. The sport of off-road racing is not meant for... You're not the same guy.
He's in the Yoda.
The sport of off-road racing is not meant for tall people, because once you have the helmet on, the cages, the fixed seats, if it's not set exactly to your spec, you ain't riding in nothing. Exhibit A, he had to switch between 3 different vehicles because he doesn't fit in a goddamn single one.
I'm too tall.
Too tall.
Too tall.
All right, so we went out for maybe about a mile, and then Eric realized that their comm system is not working, not only to other trucks, but also inside of their truck. So Flipper, who's trying to make the notes on the pre-run, can't talk to the driver, so it's a huge problem that we're trying to fix before we go back out and actually do the pre-run. Plugged in. You hear me? Yeah, we're good. We're good. Testing Black Hawk. Testing Black Hawk. This is Flying Eagle. Alrighty, so it sounds like we got it all fixed. They can talk amongst themselves in the truck. We can talk back and forth. Everything's good and dialed now, so gearing back up.
Back up and roll it.
It's hot. It's a hot one. Holy shit, this is burning hot. So we made it to about race mile 6 this time around on the pre-run, and one of the trucks that was in front of us, maybe like half a mile, we came up on, and he was stopped because they caught fire in the engine bay and their fire suppression system did not work. They pulled the cord and it didn't go off, so we pulled up on them dumping an ice chest on their engine bay. This is your sign to put a fire extinguisher in your truck if you're going off-roading. So now Flipper is gonna hop in Zach's truck. They're gonna finish the pre-run. I'm hopping in Eric's truck and we're gonna tow their truck back to camp. Mount held on. Oh. Oh. I forgot this was up here before we hopped on the freeway. Oh. It was just stuck on the roof. It was stuck on the roof with a magnet.
That's perfectly fine. See? No worries.
Product testing, mob armor. 30 miles. How you feeling?
There's good sections and then there's bad sections.
Was it truly the first 10 miles were just all technical like what we were riding?
Yeah, a few bad sections, but like through here it's pretty bad. Like I get it flat.
Very, very technical through that neck. That section all the way here, it's mostly all single track. All through the wash, really off camber, all blind corners. We found some cool lines though, huh?
I'm not gonna lie, this is a bitchin' sandwich.
Yeah, that sandwich
Yeah, it was
fucking
pretty
really
good,
good.
dude.
Yeah.
But it's like, what, everything bread?
Everything bagel seasoning.
All right, we're back at camp now. We took Zach's truck back with us. It's over at Rugged getting a few things sorted out. Eric, Flipper, and Zach all hopped in Vivian. They're gonna finish the rest of the pre-run, which is about 50 more miles. And we're just kicking it here till they get back. After eating that sandwich, I'm kind of tired, not gonna lie. I might take a nap, I don't know. I might just veg out somewhere. So if you guys watched the Glen Helen race on Zach's channel, you'll know that right before the race, we had to stop over at one of the booths, like right before jumping into line to start the race, and change out his entire Parker pumper, which pumps fresh air into the helmets for them while they race. So it was like a quick 2-minute swap install. Now get to the start line as fast as we can. And as you saw today, this kept cutting out on Zach and I. Like we'd be fine riding, and then it would just randomly turn off while we were driving down the trail. So he would have to turn it off, turn it back on, wait a minute, and then it would kick back on. And it just kept doing it. So Jacob took it over to Rugged's booth when we got back from pre-running. And essentially, I guess one of the connectors wasn't crimped hard enough in that quick little 2-minute turnaround we did at Glen Helen, which was giving it some connection issues. So he got that all fixed up now. His Parker should be working totally fine. And the only other problem we were having is that this radio system he's running, he can run Bluetooth from his phone so he can play music into his headset, which it's nice for some racers to just zone out, put on music, and get in the groove of driving their race. But he's got no music now. They said you're gonna have to rip the entire system out so we can see if it's a hardware or a wiring issue, and we just don't want to mess with it days before the race. We don't want to rip out the entire comm system. We'd rather have comms with pits and between driver and co-driver than having music play during the race. So I think that's going to be our end of day update. We're just going to clean up right now, go out to dinner, and I don't think we have a whole lot going on tomorrow. It's qualifying for the big guys. I don't know what we got going on tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching the day one.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can